Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of this coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid from the dirt prevents you from doing that. You try banging on the lid to maybe unsettle the dirt, and someone might notice and start digging their way down towards you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol or drugs addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something away that God had given you called life? With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I'm talking about that went to their grave without reaching for help. Instead, just pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you, I'll help you take your life back, for your life is gone. Folks, when you go to bed at night, everyone takes their shoes, sneakers, or slippers off, and we usually leave it by the edge of our bed. But tonight, just put them way under your bed. Stick them way under your bed, like arm's length. In the morning when you wake up and you want to put those sneakers, slippers, or shoes on, usually they're slippers, you'll have to go to your knees to look under the bed to see exactly where they are so you can retrieve them. While you're on your knees, utilize that time to use a thing called that I call knee-mail, K-N-E-E-mail. Knee-mail is when you can thank God for everything that you have going in your life. Your house, your family, your health, your food, your clothing. That's the time you can ask God for guidance and direction, mercy and forgiveness. Utilize each and every morning as a time to thank God for everything that's going great in your life and ask God to protect you from everything that's not going great in your life. Utilize knee-mail, K-N-E-E-mail, every single morning, and then put those slippers on and walk with God 24/7. Why does time go so fast when we get older? Have you ever wondered why? Why is it that life seems to just zoom by as we get older? Well, I'm going to address myself and all the rest of us old-timers. I'm talking about us, 50 years and older. Each year seems to go faster and faster for all of us. I didn't just do the taxes a few months ago, did I? Most of us should ask. You remember in a vivid detail your childhood Christmases. Do you remember them? But now they rush by year after year without making much of an impression. You ask yourself, why is that as we get older that time flies? I just finished reading 2 interesting books on time perception. The first is titled Why Life Speeds Up as You Get Older, How Memory Shapes Our Past by Dwayne Derasima. The other one is Philip Zimbardo's and John Boyd's The Time Paradox. The first deals with the topic of the post, the second discusses way to use time to your advantage, and utilize each and every day as it would be your last day on earth. Let me just turn this here. I'm not a cognitive psychologist or a blogger. Feel free to chime in anytime you want by calling me at 844-405-HELP. But the best answer for the phenomenon is that early years are full of first-time events. Your first date, the birth of your first child, your first big vacation, and etc. First occasions are novel events that we tend to make more detailed and lasting memories of those first times. Well, when we repeat that event year after year, it's less likely to make a unique and everlasting impression upon you. This doesn't just happen with life events. We can observe the same phenomenon in a short space of time. For instance, the first couple of days of your 2-week vacation seem long and leisurous, and the rest of the time goes very slow. You're thankful that you have 2 long weeks of this, but the next thing you know, it's almost over and you're heading home again and you're feeling down. That new romance, you remember that one? Seems like an eternity between those early phone calls, but before you know it, it's your 20th anniversary. I noticed that my first job seemed like a long time ago, almost so long ago I don't even remember it. But I do remember it because it was at a delicatessen in East Northport, New York, at the age of 16 as a bottle boy. Everything was new, and I have many memories, and I often recall many lessons I learned from that job, including responsibilities and loyalty. Interestingly, the position was only, well, when I say only, it was almost 40 years ago. The same is true for other jobs since then. The first years go slowly, and then full of important accomplishments just come by quickly. Then the next many years rush by, and it's all a blur. So here's a key to slowing down the pace of your life, at least psychologically. As much as possible, my friends, take advantage of new and unique experiences. When we go to the same places and do the same things, we don't make distinct memories, and time seems to fly by. The author Zimbardo and Boyd suggests focusing on positive rather than negative, and that's not just for time, that's in anything in the world. Focus on the positive instead of the negative past memories. Trying to live more in the present and holding a positive perception of the future is the way to go. Envisioning a future full of hope, a future full of optimism. In other words, use time wisely. Don't wake up in the morning and think about what you're going to do tomorrow already. Instead, go hour by hour for today. And whatever happens negatively today does not have to be transferred into tomorrow, because time will travel too fast if we just keep dragging the past into the present and then into the future. Live day by day, hour by hour. Don't pre-plan next week unless they're important plans. Don't rush through the day. Remember, God has granted us 24 hours a day to live on this beautiful earth. And what you do with those 24 hours each and every day determines your future. What you do with those 24 hours and how fast you want to live it determines how fast you are rushing through your life. Now, if you're in your 50s, like I'm going to be 55 next week, why rush the time? We don't have a lot of time left on this beautiful earth. For some, it might be 40 more years. For others, it could be 20. Only God determines when our time is finished on earth. But for while God lets you stay on this earth, make every minute count. Enjoy every minute. Do not rush through life. Let today be the first day of slowing down your life. As we get older, we need to slow down the rapid speed of life going past us. Take a deep breath and enjoy today. And take a deep breath and reach for God for all new answers. and slow down in life, and may God bless you.
Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Just remember,